Okay, before I even start, I want you to write this down. X plus x. There's two of them, right? There's two of them. X plus x, there's two of them. There's two x's, okay? If I have x times x, there's two of them, but we write it as x squared like a exponent. So you see the difference when you add, x plus x is just two x's. When you multiply, you're like, okay, well, I've got x times x. It's like with exponents, okay? So what we're doing today, we are going to be adding. We're going to be subtracting. And multiplying polynomials. So on Friday, we talked about polynomials. They're all these x's and y's, but they always have to have whole number exponents, right? These are polynomials. Because the exponents are whole numbers. These are polynomials. So what we're going to do on the first few problems is we're just going to combine like terms. What goes with what? We're just going to combine like terms, okay? So it's called, simplify, we want to combine like terms. So what's the same? What's the same? Well, when I look at example 1, I notice that I've got an x cubed here and an x cubed here. So you combine them. 3x cubed and a negative 3x cubed makes really no x cubes, right? So they kind of cancel each other out. That's kind of unique about this particular one. Those cancel each other out. Okay, what else is the same? Well, we got to get a negative 5x squared and a negative 2x squared. So I combine those. How many x squareds am I going to have? Negative 7. Negative 5 plus a negative 2 makes a negative 7. Do we agree with that? So what we have is a negative 7x squared. That's how many x squareds we have. What else do we have that is the same? Well, looks like I've got a 5x, right? With a 4x. Those are the same. So 5x plus 4x just makes a 9x, right? So plus a 9x. And then finally, I've got negative 6 and positive 3, which makes a negative 3. I'm done because you can't combine these because they're different. Those are x squareds, those are x's, and those are just numbers. They're all different, okay? Does that make sense? Okay. Now, in example 2, it's the same stuff, except for, and I'll give you a little illustration. In this bag, I have x, y's. In this bag, I have x squared y's. In this bag, I have x, y squareds. So if they're not the same, we can't put them together. But if they are, how many do we have? Well, let's check it out. So to start off with, I've got a 3xy. I got an xy, so that means I look over here and I've got another xy here. So put the ones that are the same together. 3xy and a negative 2xy makes just 1xy. So I've got a 1. I don't need the 1, but I'll put it there anyway. 1xy, okay? What else is the same? Let's see. I also have a, I have a x squared y with another x squared y. So these are the same. These are the same, which is going to make 9, a positive 9, x squared y's. Just add the ones that go together. They're the same, put them together. And then lastly, I've got these xy squareds. Combine those. If they're the same, we combine them. So I've got a negative 3xy, 5xy is going to make a positive 2 xy squared, okay? Okay, give me thumbs up if you're with me. Let me see. Okay, good. If they're the same, we add them or subtract them. If they're not, we leave them alone, right? Okay, number 3 is the same way. I try to be careful with subtract because I want this first expression to subtract all of these. I got to be careful because I'm going to subtract a negative. I'm going to subtract a positive. I'm going to subtract a negative. Okay, so I'm going to show you a trick. You could go subtract, subtract, subtract. But the double negatives are going to mess me up. Here's what I would suggest. What I would suggest is you bring the negative in. You distribute the negative in. It helps me so that I don't make a mistake, because I will get messed up with a double negative and I'll subtract and not add. So what I do first is I bring the negative through. It's just going to help me. So I'm going to go ahead and make that a negative 4x cubed, a positive, see the positive? A positive 5x squared, a negative 5x, and a positive 11. You don't have to do this step. I do because I make mistakes. So if it says subtract the whole thing, I just bring the negative through, and then I don't have to worry about the double negatives. Because you guys can see double negative there, see another double negative there. I just get messed up. Okay, so then let me bring down the 5x cubed minus 4x squared plus 3x minus 1. And now I'm going to combine like terms. My positive negatives are going to be okay. So let's see, I got a 5x cubed with a negative 4x cubed. I can combine those. 5 minus 4 is just a 1x cubed, right? I have a 4x squared and negative 4x squared with a 5x squared, so I can combine those two. These are the same, and I get a positive 1x squared, right? So we get a positive 1x squared. I have a 3x with a negative 5x, so I can combine those and make that a negative 2x. And then finally, the numbers, negative 1 plus 11 is just a plus a 10. And then that's all I can do because these are different. You can't put cubes with squares, and they're just different, so you can't add them, okay? Okay, example 4. So it's the same stuff, we just have to think it through. But if I want the perimeter, I have to add all sides, right? I got to go add all the way around, right? I'm missing some stuff though. I don't know this side. I don't know this side. But I do know that this side, watch it, this side is 2x and 2x plus 1. You see that? This side is 2x and 2x plus 1, right? And this side is x plus 2 and x plus 3. You guys agree with that? Right, you're heavy. You're totally heavy, Luke. That's good. So I'm going to write it like this. I know this is a 2x and a 2x plus 1. This is a x plus 2 and a x plus 3. But I like what Luke said, because you can really say this is really like a 4x plus 1, right? And this is really going to be a 2x plus 5, right, Luke? Totally agree. Now, if I want to add the perimeter, I'm just going to start adding all the way around. So perimeter P is equal to, let's see, I'm just going to start here at this corner. I'm going to go x plus 2 plus 2x plus x plus 3 plus 2x plus 1 plus 2x plus 5 plus 4x plus 1, right? Whew, that's a big problem, right? Okay, let's see what I got. 1x, 2 3x's, 4x's, 5 6x's, 7 8x's, 9 10 11 12x's. So my perimeter is going to be 12x's plus, let's see, I've got 2 plus 3 is 5, 1 is 6, 6 plus 5 is 11, plus 1 is 12, right? Now, if we knew the value of x, we could plug it in. We could figure out what the perimeter of this thing is, right? Now, an easier way, I would just add it around. X, 2x, x, would add them all up and maybe not written it. That'd be a little bit faster. You guys agree? Yeah. But I wrote it out anyway. Okay, ready to turn the page? Okay, now, to multiply. Okay, now, you know how to FOIL. This times this, this times this, this times this, right? But we're going to have to do it twice. So we have to do our FOIL twice. Okay, so what I'm going to do, you can do any two of these first. I'm just going to, for a minute, ignore this one. You can ignore any two, you can do it, but I'm going to ignore that one. I'm just going to multiply these two first, okay? Ready? X times x. x times 2x is a 2x squared, right? We're multiplying now. We're multiplying. X times 5 is a positive 5x. Negative 4 times 2x is negative 8x. Negative 4 times 5 is a negative 20. Okay, and I'm gonna combine these because these are the same, right? Put those two together. All right, so I'm gonna go 2x squared minus 3x minus 20. Okay. So far, so good. Now I've been ignoring this one, but I'm not gonna ignore it anymore. Okay. So I can't forget I also had a x plus 2, right? And we'll do the same thing. We're gonna multiply it out. So I'll go x times 2x squared, I'll go x times 3x, and x times 20. I'll do that. X times 2x squared, we're going to add exponents. Add exponents. So I get a 2x to the third power. I multiply my x times my negative 3x, and I get a negative 3x squared. And x times a negative 20 makes a negative 20x. And I'm going to multiply my 2 times 2x squared, 2 times a negative 3x, and 2 times 20. So I'll do that. I'll go 2 times 2x squared is a 4x squared. But I like to line them up. I like to put it right there because I'm going to add those, put x squareds with x squareds. I mean, I could have wrote it over here, but over here means more work. I like to line them up. I get a negative 6x. Put that there so I can line them up. And then a minus 40. So you see why I did this? Because now I'm going to add, and I like them lined up because I got stuff that goes together. That's the only x cubed, isn't it? So bring it down for the answer. It's the only x cubed. Negative 3x squared, positive 1x, positive 4x squared is a positive 1x squared. Negative 20, negative 6 makes a negative 26x minus 40. Sí. Va al baño. Rapido, por favor. Okay, now, number 6 really isn't that bad. It's kind of like what we just did. It really is just like what we just did. So I'm going to take first, and I'll multiply the 3x times the 5x squared, 3x times the 4x, and 3x times the 2. I'll do that first, okay? Adding exponents, so I'll go 3x times 5x squared makes a 15x cubed. 3x times a negative 4x makes a negative 12x squared. 3x times 2 is a positive 6x. Am I doing okay? I'm not going too fast? Go okay? And I have to do the same thing. I will multiply my 2 times my 5x, 2 times my negative 4, and 2 times my 2. I'll get 2 times 5x squared is a 10x squared, but I like to line them up. Makes it easy for me. Put x squareds with x squareds. I'll get a negative 8x. I'll line them up, and then I'll get a positive 4. And I like to do this because when things are lined up, then I can just add the stuff that goes together. It's the only x cubed, so 15x cubed comes down. Negative 12, positive 10 makes a negative 2x squared. 6 and negative 8 makes a negative 2x plus 4. Okay, not that bad, is it? Right? Not that bad. And that's my answer. Okay, last but not least, the biggie. The biggie. We're going to go this times this, this times this, this times this. Then we'll go this times this, this times this, this times this. Then we'll go this times this, this times this, this times this. It's a big multiplication problem. So watch. I'm going to do it. So first, let's multiply the 2x squared first through. Times there, there, and there. All right. We're gonna add exponents. We're gonna add exponents. So 2x squared times x squared is a 2x to the fourth. We're adding exponents. 2x squared times a 5x is a positive 10x cubed because we're adding exponents. 2x times a negative 2 is a negative 4x squared. Okay. Now, we'll do the next one. I've got to take care of the 4x. 4x times x squared, 4x times the 5, and 4x times the 2. I'll get a 4x times an x squared makes a positive 4x cubed. Now put it right here. Line them up. 4x times 5x is a positive 20x. I'll put it right there because I like to line up my like terms. And then 4x times negative 2 is a negative 8. Oh, bad looking 8. Negative 8x. Almost done. Really, almost done. So now I'll multiply the 3 times all three of these. I will go 3 times x squared is a positive 3x squared. I'll put that right there. Line them up. 3 times 5x, a positive 15x. Line them up. And then finally, 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. And let's see what I have. I will have a 2x to the 4th plus a 14x cubed. Let's see, it's going to be a 19, I think, plus a 19x squared plus a 7x minus 6. Whew, that's a big, big problem. Okay, so not bad, and I'm not giving you a lot of homework because these take some time. These are kind of long, aren't they? So the homework, I think, is on page 69. And we're going to do 1 through 7 all. Really, 1 through 6 is the assignment, but 7 is the extra, okay? All right, so let's do this. Let's work on this right now, and then when we can work for a little bit and then start working on our egg drop project. And if you want help on the egg drop project,